Filed September 16, 2022 in the 37th Circuit Court of Missouri. At the request of the Howell County Sheriff, all orders regarding filming in or around Howell County Courthouse are withdrawn. The sheriff shall enforce security as he deems appropriate. So ordered this 16th day of September 2022, signed by the far less than honorable Steve Privette.
It won't take very long for you to be found in contempt if you want to continue with your facial gestures and your size and so forth. Do you understand that? Do you understand me?
I understand that you can do as you please in your courtroom, yes.
Okay. Well, I can also make orders that you're not to videotape people coming to and from the courthouse or make videotapes in the courthouse. Do you understand that?
How far away from the courthouse can you do this?
Anyone that's coming to or from. I don't care how far you are. If you're videotaping someone coming to or from, conceivably you could use a telescope and videotape them from a mile away. If you did, you would be in contempt of this court's order. Do you understand that?
No, I don't understand, but I hear what you're saying.
Okay, you don't understand what I said. Which part of what I said do you not understand?
The part where you swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri.
Okay. I'm not going to debate very much with you, but that oath applies to everyone, not just you. And I have a duty to all of the citizens, not just those who want to trample on the rights of others. Abide by the order.
Only because you're going to put me in jail if I don't.
I will cite you in contempt if you violate the order. You've been brought into open court and made aware of the fact that that order exists. Now we'll talk about it just a little bit, and I'll talk to you guys about it. Yes, I do have an oath that I took to uphold and defend the Constitution. I suspect I take that more seriously than you do, Miss.
We're standing in the public. There is no expectation of privacy.
The courthouse is a private space. It's not a public space.
If I'm standing on public videotaping that way,
you can take that up with a higher court, number one. Basically, my inquiry of you is, why do you have a burning desire to take videotapes of people coming to and from juvenile court or adult abuse court?
it's not the people I'm interested in recording, Your Honor.
Well, why are you
Public
videotaping?
officials, in the course of their duty,
Well,
highlight the good and expose the bad.
Guys, earlier this week, I showed you a video collaboration from a number of different YouTubers in Missouri that went to the Howell County Courthouse to challenge a judge's unconstitutional, unlawful orders, saying that they can't record on a public sidewalk. All of the YouTubers and photographers were dragged into the courtroom by Howell County Sheriff's deputies and told by the judge that if they continued to exercise their constitutionally protected rights, that he would have them thrown in jail. If you guys missed that video, there's a card in the top right corner of your screen that you can click right now to go see that and then come see the update. You guys may have noticed that I didn't actually post the Google listing or the link to the Facebook page for the Howell County Sheriff's Department. While I do make a lot of mistakes, I actually did this intentionally, and the reason was because I had already spoken with the elected sheriff, Brent Campbell, for about 30 minutes. And he did seem to me to be genuinely concerned with what was going on and genuinely determined to fix it. I believed that the system that we're forcefully subjected to was supposed to be one of checks and balances, where there were 3 different branches of government that didn't just always agree with each other and collaborate and conspire to violate people's rights, but on the contrary would check one another, and that when one branch was wrong, hopefully at least one of the others would refuse to play along. After speaking with the sheriff, it became perfectly clear to me that even though his deputies made some big mistakes that day, he was not going to continue to play along with the judge because he knew it was wrong. Saying no to someone that you perceive to be authority, though, is far easier said than done. And I did want to at least try to give him a few days to get it done in as diplomatic a way as possible. So the reason I didn't post the link to his public information is because I did believe he was going to do the right thing whether 10,000 people called or not. The day after I posted the video showing what happened, there was a new sign on the door in place of the unconstitutional judge's order. Filed September 16, 2022 in the 37th Circuit Court of Missouri. At the request of the Howell County Sheriff, all orders regarding filming in or around Howell County Courthouse are withdrawn. The sheriff shall enforce security as he deems appropriate. So ordered this 16th day of September 2022, signed by the far less than honorable Steve Privette. I'm going to make some assumptions about what happened here based on the verbiage, but keep in mind that these are only my assumptions and I do not have proof that this is how it went down. To me, it looks as if the sheriff tried to reason with the judge, but that the judge was unreasonable. It looks to me as if the sheriff may have told the judge that he's no longer going to do his dirty work for him, and that if he wants his unconstitutional orders enforced, he was going to have to find somebody new to do it. I assume that this is the only reason he would say that this was done at the request of the Howell County Sheriff, rather than saying that he decided to rescind his order. If I am wrong in my assumption, Steve Privette is welcome to reach out to me and let me know. He can get my cell phone number from the sheriff. Just keep in mind, Stevie boy, if you do call me, you are to refer to me as Your Majesty, and I will refer to you as my bitch, because it's about time that you're treated the way that you treat others. Which brings me to my next point, that we are not entirely sure if this is over yet, because Stevie Boy is the presiding judge over the entire district, which covers 4 counties. Is this order only overturned in Howell County because the local sheriff refuses to enforce tyranny, or is the order rescinded for the entire district and all 4 counties? I put links in the description to the channels that you can subscribe to for the earliest updates on what's going on with this case. I want to publicly say thank you to Sheriff Brent Campbell for standing up and refusing to enforce unconstitutional orders. I know a lot of my audience won't agree with me because the deputies did mess up in the first place, but I like to leave room for redemption. We all make mistakes, but it takes a lot of courage to admit that a mistake was made and move forward in a positive direction. I do not, however, feel that there's any redemption for this far from honorable, despicable Judge Steve Privette. The fact that the presiding judge has such a gross misunderstanding of basic liberties is disturbing to say the least. But being a completely ignorant and arrogant fool in and of itself is not necessarily dangerous. However, this particular ignorant, arrogant fool has the power to strip someone of their liberty and have them thrown in a cage. There is absolutely no acceptable remedy for this situation other than for him to be disrobed and disbarred, and for him to carry out the rest of his pathetic existence outside of public service. Last, but certainly not least, I want to give a huge thank you to you, the audience, those of you who see these stories and actually make phone calls, send emails, and reach out to these public officials letting them know that you are fed up. In most of these cases, me publishing a video alone does absolutely nothing. The changes don't actually come until hundreds or even thousands of you guys speak up. Every single person out there that picked up a phone or sent an email, most of the time, results like this are because of you. Thank you.
I don't care how far you are, if you're videotaping someone coming to or from, conceivably you could use a telescope and videotape them from a mile away. If you did, you would be in contempt of this court's order. Do you understand that?
No, I don't understand, but I hear what you're saying.